The World Bank has trimmed its growth forecast for East Asia and Pacific to the slowest pace in 5 decades. It now expects the region to grow 5% this year, down from its previous forecast of 5.1%, as sluggish post-pandemic recovery, China's property crisis and US trade policies pose an economic drag. For 2024, the bank now expects 4.5% growth for the region, down from 4.1% it predicted in April, over the mounting concern over China's slowdown and how it will spill into Asia. The world's second largest economy is forecast to see a growth of 4.4%. For more on this now, let's bring in Han Tan, Chief Market Analyst at Xinity. Han, this is the slowest growth rate for the region since the late 1960s. Why are we seeing such a slowdown in this region?
Well, it's due to a range of factors, really, and a couple of them you had highlighted in your intro. So from China's still shaky post-pandemic recovery to the global economy that is bearing the brunt of these aggressive rate hikes by central bankers around the world, all that is weighing on the Asian economic outlook. So keep in mind that Asian economies generally are more exposed to external factors ranging from the tourism channel to manufacturing and exports. So given all those factors, really no surprise that some of these headwinds are manifested in this downward revision for the Asian economy.
Right, now the world's largest economy, China, is lagging behind. How can it reform its economy to reduce its reliance on manufacturing?
Yeah, and to be fair to Chinese policymakers, they have been making such efforts even before the pandemic, right? So, for example, there has been a lot more focus on tech in recent years with AI and chip making. More recently, there have been other structural reforms as well, such as not going down the path of unsustainable debt that we typically associate with Western economies, for example. So, as China as an economy matures, it not only has to raise the income per capita within the onshore economic actors, but then also making sure that it has a more solid footing for longer term sustainable growth. And they have been making incremental strides towards that.
Right, Han Tan there in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for your analysis.
Thanks for having me.
Now to other top stories from around the world. Saudi Arabia is expecting a budget deficit for this year after revision of its forecast for a budget surplus. It has also revised its growth forecast from 3.1% this year to 0.03%. The changes in expectation comes as Riyadh tries to fund its giga projects and expand its non-oil economy. Saudi Arabia's economy grew by 8.7% last year on the back of high oil prices. Thailand is planning to inject $15.2 billion into the economy through a signature digital wallet initiative. Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin's government pledged to disburse $282 in the form of digital money to stimulate the local economy. The token can only be used to purchase goods within a 4-kilometre radius of the recipient's home. And Britain's biggest defence firm, BAE Systems, has been awarded a $4.9 billion contract to build the next generation of attack submarines. In March, the US, Australia and Britain unveiled details of the AUKUS Pact, which aims to counter China's ambitions in the Indo-Pacific region. Under the programme, Australia will receive nuclear-powered submarines by the late 2030s.